Today on Uncommon Good MTG, we're playing mono black artifacts. What does that mean? It means that we're going to be like ramping towards super large artifacts and using black to kill people's dudes. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, somebody who firmly believes in you, despite what your mama says, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, put together by Spuga, called Mono Black Artifacts. Now, the big thing was I did decide to make this thing rotation proof. That is a big thing right now. Rotation is coming up in less than a month, and I wanted to make sure we had some decks we can play. Now, the last couple of days, I've played decks that are mostly rotation proof. All you have to do is take out like 6 cards or something, replace them with something else. This one, I just did it for us right now. I said, all right, we're doing it. What was in here before? We had March of Wretched Sorrows. We had 3 of them, which basically just takes out a single creature or planeswalker. I replaced it with Go for the Throat, Powerstone Fracture, and Shoot the Sheriff. That's what I did. I took 3 cards and replaced them with 3 individual cards. They all cost 2, and they all have their own downsides to them. This one, you have to go after non-outlaws. This one, you have to sacrifice an artifact or a creature. And this one is a non-artifact. But, you know, if I play singleton versions of them, then it's less of a chance of it causing a problem in the big run. What else did I have to get rid of in this thing? I had to get rid of Path of Peril. There were 3 of those. So I ended up replacing those with Malicious Eclipse. Both of them cost 2 black and a gray. That one destroys all creatures with a mana value of 2 or less. This one says all creatures get -2/-2 till the end of the turn. So they're similar. One of them does mana value. This one just says, look, things with toughness of 2, suck it. Plus it says if a creature an opponent controls dies, you exile instead. So if they got stuff that just recurses from the graveyard and dies, nope, not anymore. They get exiled. So I thought that was a particularly good swap out right there. This is actually a pretty decent card, Malicious Eclipse. Anything else I got rid of? I got rid of some lands. I got rid of Takenuma, the Abandoned Mire, because it's a Kamigawa land. I just put in a regular swamp for it. I got rid of 2 Fulmori Vaults. Those are totally cool. You can really play them. They're a rotation with themselves, but I don't like them. I don't know what they really do. They look like they're card draw or something. I just got rid of them. They're colorless. I guess they work fine in an artifact deck like this. But I said no. I got rid of them. I put in swamps instead. That's all there was to it. So that's it, man. I also got rid of Field of Ruin. Mostly because the ones that were in this deck had the little werewolf symbol on, meaning they were old. I don't know if they're worth it. It seems like they're sticking around, but I'm not sure. So I got rid of those 2, just more swamps. So I just left in 2 Mirrexes and have 22 swamps. But other than that, it's essentially the deck that Spuga put out. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll talk about how the deck should work, and then we'll go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. Let's get at it. What do we got? Creature kill, creature kill, creature kill, creature kill. More creature kill. As you see, there's a theme here, isn't it? This guy comes out, and then whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of the mana that is spent to cast the spell is greater than Liberator's power, you put a Popo counter on it. So this guy gets bigger and bigger and bigger. He's a flying guy. He's right. This is the world's best card you could put in an artifact deck. Thran Spider puts out Power Stones. Great chumper. And if you got 7 mana, you can use them to look for other great artifact cards. Sheoldred. You got black, man. What else are you going to do? You can punish people for drawing cards. Suck it. Plus, she gives you life for drawing your own cards. I can live with that. Karn. Essentially, just use it to put out Power Stones. So we got a bunch of, you see, like artifact mana ramp kind of going on. Yeah, the cover up blows all the creatures as a board wipe. Karn, again, this one's a creature, and his power and toughness equal to the number of artifacts you control. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you add 1 colorless mana for each artifact you control. This mana cannot be spent on to cast non-artifact spells. And so there you go. He helps you to pay for artifact stuff. He's a great guy. Really good. This guy gives you 2 artifact mana, essentially. But when it put into the battlefield, you can draw 2 cards or -5/-5 to target creatures. So he's creature kill and or card draw. Fleshgorger, Menace Lifelink could be a 7/5 if you got 7 mana, which we're going to get to because we got artifact ramp going on. And Portal Phyrexia costs you 9. When you put it out, your opponent has to sacrifice 3 dudes. After that, you get to pull a dude from any graveyard to your battlefield once a turn on your upkeep. This puts out little toxic babies and 22 swamps. That's the deck. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to control the board. We're going to ramp our way and then eventually attack with dudes and potentially wear them down with Sheoldred's mighty touch. If that sounds good, then let's get at it. But before we do, let's do as we do every day. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, we are playing against FinstTaMercU. FinstTaMercU. Keep. And let's shut up the puppet. That guy's a jerk. Two. We can kill. And then put some dudes out. Sleep, little puppet. You're a total jerk. All right, you're playing Rakdos. There you go. All right, 3. What are we doing here, Evil Knievel? I see I have to tap this specifically. If I get the emblem, I got to tap it specifically to cause the damage. I don't do it just any time something's tapped. All right, that's an entirely different situation. Life. Alright, let's create that Powerstone. He can only cause 2, so we're good. We'll go at him. The Karn, the Living Legacy, he can survive himself against an Urza Forge. Our own cards are not doing that great. Where's our future is the question. The question, is he going after Karn? Does he care? It's just a Powerstone maker. Powerstone. All right, so Malicious Eclipse is not going to do much for us when he puts out these temporary dudes. It's focused on Urza Forge. I applaud you. Urza Forge is a fantastic card, probably my favorite. Alright, so if I Bitter Triumph the Greedy Freebooter, it'll cost me like 3 life, but I'll be able to get 5 through. You gonna take it, huh? You. Alright, so Karn was going to die regardless of what happened there. That should be enough. We'll pour the Phyrexia. Boink. Ah, he's down to 9. I got 23 life to live up against some Urbas Forges. I'm going to call it. I got this thing sewn up. There's nothing he can do. That's not the case. There's lots of things he could do. Who am I going to steal from? I'll bring back Phyrexian Fleshgorger is what I'm going to do. Oh, good for him. Malicious Eclipse is going to have something to chew on, I'll tell you that. He just flooded the board. Alright, there's 10. Man, fully stoked Urza's Forges are so nice. Alright, walk on over. Good job. Good job, Karn. Victory! Alright, we're playing against GPD G1G14. What do we got? We got the ability to kill a couple guys and then nothing. We got to get some land going. We only got 2. This may be a deck we don't want to start off with 2 mana, but we'll find out. Alright, hopefully we'll pick up that 3rd mana on this next turn. There we go. Perfect. Start getting some artifact ramp. Sheoldred is not artifact rappy, though. She's not an artifact. Thran Spider with his big old reachy butt is fantastic defender. Let's take that one out. Going in with the Thran Spider. And down to 18. Only 9 more turns to go, and then we win this thing. Ooh, haste. Why can't I play Karn? Because he's not an artifact somehow. That is strange. I'm just going to sit back and defend. This guy's playing with some hasty guys. Alright, Karn, I want you to do something for me. You need to start making some Power Stones. I got their 6. I can put a Fleshmonger on the turn after next. A long way to go until we get to Portal of Phyrexia, I'll tell you that. Ooh, we can just do this. Chew it up. Take them out. There we go. I feel good about that. What up to now? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, we got everything we need for a Portal of Phyrexia. What are you doing, Space Turkey? Come on, put Sheoldred out. I like how you gave up on your own deck and you're just playing mine now. Karn did what he needed to do. Now I need that. Don't be killing my artifacts, jerkwad. Alright, they're gone. Perfect. Let's do a little Portal of Phyrexia action. Who do I got? Nothing. Who do you got? Oh, I can grab some dragons. That sounds cool. You don't count your mana when you're sitting at the table. There's time enough for counting on your opponent's turn. Come on, man. Dragon! Yeah, let's just go full bore at this point. No attacks. Everything's a little on the slow side. But we can let him draw cards. That's all good. No! I was counting on that. You are a jive turkey. And we win! Suck it, jive turkey. Suck it. Suck it. Alright, we were playing against Corylee. Corylee. Get to it before he gets whistled. Look out, horse. It's a scorpion. Two. Let's Thran Spider this guy. Alright, you want to die. You're not attacking. And you are tapped out. Oh, you got yourself a land. And tiny bones. Alright, we're up to 6. No attacks. We'll play defense. Unfortunately, we got to take out the tiny bones. I was just going to double up on Gix. We still could. There's nothing for him to grab from us. Old Tiny Bones is at this point is just a singleton. Single point of damage. I forgot that all happens after the set, after everybody's dead. Alright, well I got 7 now. We put out the Fleshgorgers. This guy's playing black though. He's probably going to start killing, but 7 points to ward up. That is rough. No attacks at this point. I'll do everything I can to kill Tiny Bones. He's willing to pay for the full 7. And he's got a whole nother one. Alright, that's not cool. We'll grab lots of life off of this, but we're going to lose a whole nother Phyrexian Fleshgorger having to kill off tiny, stupid bones. What? I wasn't allowed to block? What I need is a board wipe badly. Where's my deadly cover-ups at? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, man. I have lots of great ways of killing lots of guys. I just got to get it. Of course, he's got 5 life at this moment. You're putting it out as a 3? Nope. Alright, fight for it. There we go. That's exactly what I needed right now. Of course, he's got 4 dudes out, which means he can keep 1. He's going to keep his Fleshgorger, because that's the only way he survives his turn. He's got to give the rest of them up. Does have open mana, though. Alright, I got to push it. Because let's say he tries to kill the Phyrexian Fleshgorger, he'll die. Just trying to ward it. He's got to just block with the Fleshgorger he's got. Dude, you're dead. You're just not going to pay it? You can't block. There we go. Oh. Yeah, you didn't have enough to block because of Menace. Menace! Victory! Alright, we are playing with Zulghinlour. Zulghinlour. Good old family name, right out of the Bible. Alright, 2 mana. Alright, we'll try it. I did it before, and it's when I had 2 bitter triumphs. We just gotta pick up a 3rd so we can get out the Thran Spider. I can do that any turn, that's fine. And we're playing against stupid Dimir again. He's gotten super popular in the last couple days. There's number 3. Alright, that gets us 4th mana. Because we got a body that can block. I'm not talking bad about you, Thran Spider. You're my best friend. He's totally gonna die. He's nothing but a chump. Alright, we go. And again, get ourselves up to 5 mana for things that we like to do. Yeah, I'll attack. We'll push it. Really? You're gonna give up your guy? Good for you. Alright, we got the ability to Mightstone and Weakstone. If this guy's really relying upon creatures, which he shouldn't be, At least we'll be able to start toasting stuff. That's what I'm expecting to see, is more of that. Let's do this. We'll draw some cards. Nice. What I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not really going for life, is he? Alright, we can pop out a baby. Look who it is! It's a baby! I see, you just need somebody to target, huh? Alright, we can start pulling people back. Who do we got? Thran Spiders, apparently. Who do you got? Can't bring back planeswalkers. The Skull Dwellers. Alright, so I'm planning on putting out a couple of guys here. We'll have some beef. You don't like Sheoldred, huh? Alright, there's a guy. Got to get it past all of his crap, which is the problem. Remember creatures, I guess we will in a second. Alright, Malicious Eclipse is going to do great. He wants to draw cards. We draw things back from the graveyard. That's what it is. Good. Whatever, man. Nice Thran Spider. We'll block some people who are flying. Let's put out a baby. Alright, we're loaded. Loaded for elephant. I just take it out. And we win. Suck it, you toxic loving truck lover. Victory. Victory. Alright, we're playing against BlackMirror. Okay, 4 mana, we got 5s right there. It's got a long way to climb. Two. We'll just spring that trap right now. Only one place to put it. All right, we'll put out Sheoldred. And 2. All right, he's only got 2 mana. We're at 4. That is really good. Next turn, we can rip apart that note if we want to. That scout. The C note. Boy, these skeletons or these scorpions are all over the place, huh? All right, he cannot do anything. You could potentially pump it. Let's just leave Sheoldred back. I would hate to lose Sheoldred to a sneaky instant. I remember that guy was kick-ass. I forgot about this guy. All right, stubborn burrow fiend. I know you're not hasty, so you're not doing anything. Got the C note. He's just letting that be, huh? Gone. That guy is nothing. Those guys are nothing. I'm not worried about them. Let's just go with who we got. Yeah, he doesn't have any mana. This is just a chump. Jump, 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 jump and jump. He's down to 3. We got a flyer. He's taking 1 more. Okay, we got 2 ways of killing him next turn. And a bitter triumph. Which wants 3 life when I have exactly 3 over my starting price. All right, go draw a card, man. There you go. Sheoldred for the win. Victory! All right, here we are with Black Artifacts. Ended up being a really good deck. Yeah, no, I liked it quite a bit. I mean, here's my deal with it: is I always like the deck that lets you play early in the game. This deck does not let you do that. Really, you're just sitting there waiting for turn 3 before you can start playing things. You can see there's absolutely nothing in the 1 category. We got a bunch of 2s, but even then it's just a total of 6 cards. So that's like 10% of your deck right there, right? So the vast majority of it is 3 or more, and you got a lot of things at the high end. So you're just waiting to get to turn 3 so you can start essentially ramping things up, which is your Thran Spider. You got a little bit of board wipe action there if you got a bunch of cheap dudes out for your opponents. And a Liberator. I've never been a big fan of Liberator. He seems, I mean, what's the point? Seems like there's better things to do with the 3-drop than Liberator. Anyways, it was in here. It was an artifact. I decided to try it out. It wasn't bad. It just seemed like you could probably do something better with that. Anyways, yeah, it was a good deck. So let's talk about it. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? Once again, it's going to be Thran Spider. When it comes to artifact decks, you just can't do wrong with a Thran Spider. This guy is so much value. He's, you get a 2/3 with a 2/4 with reach or 3, and so therefore he also puts out a Powerstone, which he gives to your opponent. But big deal, if they're not playing artifact decks, it doesn't help them at all. But for 7, if you just happen to have 7 mana, then you can reveal an artifact from amongst them and put them into your hand. So this guy lets you go and get stuff as well. He's just so much value. The fact you can have a 2/4 of a trample for 3 is just incredibly good. He's an artifact. He synergizes perfect with artifact decks. Put out Power Stones. Yeah, man, you are the MVP for this deck. Congratulations. All right, let's see. Was this deck competitive? I ended up getting a 62%. So almost every 2 out of 3 games I won. It was a good one. The reason why, though, it was board wipes generally that helped to keep the game. Between the Malicious Eclipse, the Dudley cover-up, and the Portal to Phyrexia, that took care of most of the damage we had. The cool part about this deck is because we did enough ramp that we're actually able to play Portal to Phyrexia. That was what was super cool. I like seeing the Karns. Both of them are so good at providing mana for the rest of your artifacts. Yeah, Karn's Legacy specifically. And Karn putting out those extra Power Stones. I don't care. I just used to say, hey, Karn, go over there and make Power Stones every turn. That was totally fine. I like the fact that we included black in here, just because we can have Sheoldred. I mean, Sheoldred all by herself is practically a deck. But so we could do board wipe, in various degrees, and a lot of creature control. Yeah, man, why not? You got to do something else other than artifact, and those guys, that was a good thing to cut it with. So, yeah, was this deck competitive? Yeah, it was. Mostly because we were able to wipe the board, which allowed us to get to the fruition of our deck. Was this deck fun? Yes. I mean, it was a ton of fun when you got up to the late game. It was just early game. You're just sitting there doing nothing other than potentially killing stuff. You're not playing much in turn 1. You're not doing anything much in turn 2. Turn 3, you're starting to ramp or do something else weird. And then you start working your way towards the other things, and then you start having a lot of fun. So I'm not going to give it full marks for fun just because I always expect my decks to do better earlier on. This one is not that kind of a deck. Was this deck interesting? I mean, you have to ask yourself, yeah, I'm going to say it was interesting. The reason why is because we started playing with a lot of Karns. I mean, this is practically a Karn tribal deck in the fact that we have, 5 Karn cards in here. And you just, these guys just make a lot of mana for artifacts. And we start paying for expensive stuff like Portal to Phyrexia and full price Fleshgorgers. So that was great. We had a lot of creature control in here. The biggest problem I ever had is when I was going against decks that didn't play with creatures. There's a lot of Dimir Toxic today. That sucked. I think I played against a bombardment deck, which ended up having just something of board wipe bombardments. It's like, that's not going to do anything for this deck. You're looking to control other people's creatures and have them have nothing else to do. This deck does a great job of that. So as far as it being interesting, it was interesting because we had a few cards in here we normally see in an artifact deck. Liberator for 1, Malicious Eclipse for another, Karn and Karn's Legacy Reforged. So yeah, it was interesting. Plus, this is a rotation-proof deck as well. Great, right? Perfect. All right, so let's add this up. Is this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yes. Was this deck interesting? About as interesting as it was fun. So let's give this deck a straight A, just because it was a little slow, and the deck, as far as being interesting, at this point in the meta, you've seen it all. You've seen it all, right? So it wasn't like it was a big change from any deck I've played before. It was a slight one. And I've seen all these cards, so whatever. It deserves the full A. All right, so this is a straight A deck. I hope if you decide to play with it, that you have as much fun with it as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.